Again, He's the initiator, He's the guard, and He's the guide. And we can go ahead and say He's the finisher. He is the finisher. Why have we not seen a finished work so much in the church of Jesus Christ? Because we won't let God finish what He started. We don't trust Him to be able to finish it. And we don't understand it because it's primarily a kingdom of God within, not a kingdom of God without. And so I feel like God is asking me to go back to the basic tenets of Christianity, which is really of Christ, back to faith and hope and love, which seems so simple. But those are things that come forth from the inside, not the external. Because God's covenant with us is firstly an internal one. And so He's coming on the inside. And so all my externalisms, everything that I've ever done for God, God is showing me if this other thing that He's doing on the inside is not in right alignment, all that is worth nothing and worse than worthless. Because it's me trying to show God what I have done and why I deserve this. It does not mean that there's no right place in the spiritual disciplines of prayer, of fasting. Right now I haven't really found any, but there are some somewhere down the line. I'm totally joking. There are. Those things are about, here's what they're for. Dad said this is not me, he said this, and this really struck a chord for a person who's fasted a lot and prayed a lot. Those things are about alignment. Alignment with the will of God. Prayer is about alignment. See, we have that twisted where it's like pray so we can get God to do what we want. Prayer is about waiting on God to get rightly, inwardly aligned with what He wants. That hit my heart and changed the way I see prayer forever. And I come to God differently now than I did before. I'm not trying to get into my zone. I'm not trying to get in a place of peace where I find, okay, now I'm connected with God, whatever. That's not my goal. My goal is alignment in accordance with the eternal will of God, of being a dwelling place, of letting the Lord guide me in my life here on this earth so that everything He allows and desires me to learn of Him and rely on Him to overcome all that comes against, I am rightly understanding and in alignment with God in that reality. Because everything externally around us in this world is pressing the opposite message upon us. God's not able. This is too big for you. Your life is random. This is not coordinated by anybody. That is what everything around us wants to tell us, and that's not true. The truth is we have a good Father who cares for us, and He's led us to Himself through His Son, and that we have believed in that Son, and that Son has come to live inside of us. And God's sole aim for you and me is to work everything in accordance with that eternal counsel so that we can come and be fully possessed of Him in the greatest way and measure that He has decided in His heart. And that we as a body can collectively be an eternal representation of the nature of God now and in the universe to come. Those things are about alignment.